What's up guys, King Goku here. Welcome to my review of Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi, the latest DBZ game in a long line of DBZ games that have come out. Now DBZ games have been coming out for many years now, but is this latest title worth your money? Find out in my review. Now DBZ Ultimate Tenkaichi does away with the battle system that most DBZ fans are familiar with and introduces them to something completely new. You see, this new battle system combines elements from past DBZ games and presents them in a way that I'm sure many people have not thought of, and it's designed in a way that captures the excitement of a battle in DBZ. Now this game has not one, but two different game modes. You see, there is melee range and there is the blast range. Now with melee range, you're able to do just regular kicks and strikes and all that. And when you're in the blast range, you're able to just fire off, small ki blast, charged up ki blast, and all that. Now the gameplay doesn't really change a whole lot because the same buttons do the same thing. But I guess there's a little bit of strategy when you're in the blast range because you're able to move around a bit more. But overall though, there's really no difference when you're close or far away from your opponent. And the first time I played this, it was a little confusing at first. Kind of. Now, as I mentioned before, this game is a completely new DBZ experience, and with that comes new health bars and new status bars. Now in Ultimate Tenkaichi, your character's health is determined by numbers. Now you start out at 50,000, and once you hit 0, it's game over. Now below those numbers is a little Dragon Ball icon. And I'm not really sure what the official name for it is called, but I'm going to refer to it as the status bar. Now this status bar or icon, it represents the status of your character. Like once that icon turns yellow, your character will have scratches and bruises on them, and when it's red, your character's attire may be completely torn or broken or ripped. And I thought that was a pretty cool touch right there. Now to the right of that icon is your spirit gauge. Your spirit gauge determines when you can fire off your character's special attacks. Now in past DBZ games, all you had to do to fire off your special attacks was to charge up your ki. And when you played online, I bet many of you have had this happen to them, or well to you. But I'm pretty sure you played against a whole bunch of people who would just charge up their ki. Well, I mean, they'll run from you and then charge up their ki and then fire off the special attack or the ultimate attack. In Ultimate Tenkaichi, you can't do that, because the spirit gauge only fills up when you perform smash attacks against your opponent. So spamming is impossible in this game, which I really like. Now right below that Dragon Ball icon is your character's ki gauge. Now the ki gauge plays a very important role in this game. You see, without enough ki, it limits the amount of options that you can do in a defensive position. You see, let's say for example your opponent fires off their special attack or their ultimate attack. If you don't have enough ki, you can't block, dodge, or evade or counter the move. And so at the same time, that kind of creates strategy in matches. So not every match is going to really play out the same. I mean, just as long as you have enough ki, then you should be good. But if you don't, then it's pretty much game over for you if your opponent fires off their ultimate attack. Now, this game has many game modes, and I'm pretty sure many people are familiar with the game modes that this game will have. It has, hero mode, online mode, story mode, world tournament mode. But the mode that many people are interested in is the game's hero mode, because for the first time in a Dragon Ball Z game, you were able to create your own character. Many people have been wanting this feature for many years now. People finally get it, and I'm about to be a little honest right now, but it's a little underwhelming, and that's because of the lack of customization options, especially when you first start hero mode. Because when you first start hero mode, your create options are limited. Now as you play through hero mode, you can find more attire for your character, different hairstyles and everything, but at first it's very limited. and you can only create a Saiyan. Like you cannot create a Namekian. You can't create whatever Majin Buu is. You can't make that. You can't make a human. It's very limited. So maybe in future Dragon Ball Z games, they may increase, the abilities, to create, different races, different species. Like why only Saiyans? Like I understand that Saiyans are the most popular, and that most people would just pick a Saiyan anyway because they can go Super Saiyan. But I mean, I think that they really should, give people more options when it comes to character creation. Now, Hero Mode has its own story mode. So it has its own unique encounters. Your hero does come across many different Dragon Ball Z characters. Your hero can train with other DBZ characters and learn their special attacks. You can also make your hero more powerful by winning battles and winning the world tournament and everything like that, which I thought was pretty cool. And you can also go Super Saiyan, like I mentioned before. And overall, though, I don't think the hero mode is really that long. Like, I've been playing through it only a little bit, and I feel like that I'm already close to the end when I've only, played maybe a couple hours of hero mode. But I'll find out soon enough if hero mode really is that short. Now, let me get into the combo system for this game. Now, the combo system is completely redone. It's not like Budokai, it's not like Budokai Tenkaichi. It's a completely new game. Instead of giving you a variety of different combos you can perform, everything has been simplified. Basically, when you are at melee range or blast range, if you just fire off a bunch of just regular attacks, if they connect, a little mini game will occur, and if your opponent presses the same button that you press, now you have two options. You can either press the square button or the triangle button, and if your opponent presses the button that you press, your opponent will be able to get out of that combo chain. Now, some people don't like that. Some people think that it takes away skill. Like it really all just comes down to luck. But really, though, it comes down to reading your opponent's mind. Now, from my experiences from playing against people online, a lot of people use the same patterns, so it does become a little easy to beat most people. But when you're playing against someone good, it's going to be impossible to tell what they're going to press. Alright, now let me talk about the game's story mode. Now, for those of you who don't know, Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2, which is a previous DBZ game, did not have a story mode, which I thought was very strange, especially for a DBZ game. But story mode returns in Ultimate Tenkaichi, and in my opinion, it's really one of the best story modes I've played so far. Now, this story mode includes something that's brand new to DBZ games, and that is boss battles. And these boss battles are pretty cool. The boss battles, they have quick time events, and they also have parts in the battle where you have to memorize the boss's attack pattern in order to survive. Overall, I thought the boss battles were pretty cool. Some of them were kind of cheap, some of them were kind of hard, but overall, I think that boss battles are a welcome inclusion in DBZ games, and I hope to see them return in future Dragon Ball Z games. Now, along with these boss battles, story mode also includes new anime cutscenes. Like, these cutscenes were not ripped from the original anime, they were not taken from Dragon Ball Kai. These are new and original cutscenes that are made specifically for this game. Now, these cutscenes are just, they pretty much just reanimated key scenes from the anime, but they look really good in my opinion, and I was actually quite surprised to see them done for this game. Overall, like I said, very impressed with story mode. I believe it's the best story mode from all the DBZ games so far, and hopefully in future DBZ games they keep this style of storytelling, but find a way to tell it in a better way. I mean, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do that, but I'm pretty sure they'll find out some way to do it. Now, overall, my impressions of Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi is that it's a great game, but it does have, its problems. Obviously, the gameplay can get a little repetitive, and that's not because the game itself is repetitive. It's just that the game uses so many of the same animations over and over, and that all the characters pretty much play the same. From my experience with the game, in future DBZ games, they have to find out a way to make each character feel unique, and they need to give every character different combos. Like, in this game, each character does have their own unique combo animation, but overall the game just doesn't feel any different when you're playing with a different character. So they need to make more animations for the combos for the game. But overall, that's really my only complaint about this game. I believe it's the best Dragon Ball Z game to come out so far, and if I were to give this a score out of 10, I would give it an 8. And if you are a Dragon Ball Z fan, I highly recommend that you buy this game. And I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and do remember to rate the video. And if you have any questions for me, just leave them in the comment section. And until next time, King Goku out.